fellow No Man's Sky fans, a brand new season of endless speculation and teases has just begun, it seems, and it all started with a harmless egg emoji that Sean Murray posted pretty much yesterday on his Twitter account. And you might be looking at this and thinking, well, that's not big of a deal. I mean, what could this even mean, and why would this even make sense in the context of a game and it getting updates? And to you, sir, I would say this: it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it makes so much sense that Sean Murray has actually actively done this in the past, right before revealing another big update. So it seems that this is pretty much going to be the case here. I'm like 90% sure that this is something that predates a big announcement sometimes in the near future. Of course, we also have something on their main Facebook page. This one right here, this announcement that was conveniently left out of their Twitter page. So not sure why that was the case, but we do have some speculation to go over, my expectations, and a ton of other news about some of the upcoming content that we might get to see in No Man's Sky. Before jumping in with today's video, I'm doing another giveaway this month for a game of your choice. In the previous one of you guys won a free copy of Ark Survival Evolved Explorers Edition, but of course you can obviously choose other games from the list over there, so definitely make sure you check out the links down below. And also a huge thanks to Instant Gaming once more for helping me set these up. Anyway, this all started yesterday with a tweet from Sean Murray. Of course, you might be looking at the tweet, you're just seeing like a harmless egg over there, but then you're going in the comment section, you're seeing all the likes, all the retweets, and even more so, all the people going wild over there with, well, basically everything. Like, nobody has any clue what's happening, but everybody, I guarantee you, is interested. So for those who didn't know this is a tactic that Sean Murray has used in the past. For example, here is another tweet from a couple of years ago, right before the Visions update got released. Well, this was posted a day or two before the Visions update got released, which now we know it was referencing the fact that that update was containing rainbows, among many other things, but it could mean that whatever happens next is going to have an egg at its center. This might be the centerpiece of whatever is going to happen next, or might be like an important bit of a bigger update. This brings me to the second reveal, which was their Facebook post right here with this alien egg that we talked about like a couple of weeks ago. A mysterious egg has been sighted in the anomaly, origin, and genus unknown. Now, for those who didn't pay attention to the game in the past few weeks, this is something that Zane from Zane's World actually data mined right before or during the time the current update was released, 2.26. So this is one of the things that were data mined that existed in the game, and even if you log in the game right now, you will see that this is going to be available to purchase on the space anomaly. The problem is that we went in game, we tested it, I even added it in my inventory after purchasing it from the anomaly, of course using mods, but it didn't do anything at the time. You can't place it, you can't use it as a resource. So whatever it is, Hello Games has some big plans for it, and these will eventually drop with a future content. It seems that a future content is imminent at this point. In their previous developer update post from a couple of weeks ago, they did say that an update is in the works and is gonna drop in the near future. So there's a few possibilities that could happen here. So I'm going to go over some of the speculation and some of the theories that exist within the community. First of all, let's go with the simplest of them all, and in this case, egg could possibly reference Easter holiday, since you know eggs are kind of like a centerpiece to the Easter holidays. So this could very well indicate that a new update is scheduled for around April or just around the spring in general, which would kind of go in line with my previous speculation about a possible release time window of whatever future update is going to drop for No Man's Sky. This was like my initial reaction and impression after seeing their previous development update. So this could very well be the case. It might not be. It could very well just drop tomorrow, or maybe even like later than spring. Another theory is something that I find actually really interesting, and something that both Zane and I have speculated and, you know, just thought about in general, as this egg is something that you purchase, then incubate, and it would tie in with another mechanic which could, reflect a pet system. So what if you bought one of these eggs, since it obviously is alive? From its description it does sound like this egg is alive and there's something inside of it. What if you got it inside your base, put it in some kind of an incubator, like a new tech that might be released in a future content update, and then after some time this would hatch and give you a pet companion, something like part of a pet system. Now this theory is the one that I doubt the most for some reason, mainly because, well, what's the fuss about just having a pet sitting on your base? You obviously can't or shouldn't be able to bring your companion with you in your journeys, and even if you could, like, how would you keep it inside of your ship, for example? Would they like fully animate a small creature to show inside of your cockpit? Because I pretty much doubt that, just from the way this game works and the development required for that and all of the things that could go wrong. I don't think that would be the case. On the other hand, this could prove to be useful for something like a creature farming system, a part of which already exists in the game. So you can go in and farm wild animals. There's technologies that you can use in order to squeeze out well, milk out of them, but this doesn't really work in the way you would expect it to work, like how it is in Minecraft, for example. You can just set up a permanent enclosure and permanently keep creatures over there. They don't despawn in Minecraft, they actually even multiply. So if Hello Games could do this to their game, this could tie in with this very feature and expand upon it and make it a bit more streamlined, like how it is with the industrial tech. Don't take my word on it, but it does make sense in the context of having pets on your base in a more permanent way than how it is right now. Now the final theory is the Infestation one, and this is something that I'm actually a big fan of as I'm reading more and more into it. But what if us, the players, are a big part of what's basically the start of an intergalactic scale infestation? And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. Just hear me out on this one. You go in your space anomaly, you purchase off one of these curiosities, thinking that it's something important that, or at the very least, might be useful on your base, maybe like a decoration or something, or just something like a token, and unknowingly you bring it back home. This is something that, keep in mind, everybody would do, since you get out of the space anomaly and everybody like gets spat into their own corner of the universe. So at least covering wise, this would easily cover all corners of the universe as players spread out after exiting the space anomaly. So once we get there, all of this starts growing, this creature comes out, and it might be like a friend, maybe a pet, but it might also be something that might be threatening our existence. Maybe it might start something like what happens with abandoned outposts and abandoned space stations. It kind of looks like that if you look at the art style. So that infestation going on with the abandoned outposts does remind me of this egg, and the other way around. The same could be said about abandoned space stations, which is something that I'm not seeing that many players, thinking about. Like, how could those aliens even get inside the space station in the first place, that it infested a major part of it and that pretty much everybody left before it was too late. So it all looks ruined, messed up, but these aliens are still, doing their thing over there, or at the very least that infestation, quote unquote, is still happening. So this could be, metaphorically speaking, something that is happening in the lore, as in not like real organic infestation, but more like a bug or a series of glitches that are starting to happen in the system. Something that actually has already started happening with us, because lore-wise we exist within a simulation and we were not supposed to find out. And as the simulation goes on, more bugs and glitches appear, it starts degrading, and more horrific stuff starts to appear all over the place, which, if you check the lore, is the case and has happened before. And there's other characters in there in the RMS questline that are mentioning this. So this could tie in very well with another, lore or story update that would introduce some brand new lore and maybe, like more improved way of telling the stories in the game, because I really find the lore in No Man's Sky quite intriguing. It's just a shame that it's mostly told through text. Now, if any of these theories are true, or if the egg is simply a core centerpiece of the future update that is supposedly going to drop soon, quote unquote, this pretty much still throws a wrench in all of our plans because this is not something that we had on our list. So right now, if you look at the update that was just posted like a couple of weeks ago, it's a customization update. We just got some new jetpack trails. Data miners have found that there's something similar for ships as well, so we were expecting an update that deals with ship and character customization. So it could very well be a multiple part update, something like how Abyss or Visions was in the past. They were not as big as Next or Beyond, but they still contained many features that didn't just deal with only one thing. But you know what? Let me know down below what is your opinion about all of this. What are you expecting from this update? What do you think this all means, especially about this egg and how this could tie in with the current gameplay loop that we have in No Man's Sky? I'm really curious to see your opinion down below. In the meantime, as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.